everybody. Thanks for stopping by. I hope you're all having a good day. It is still pouring here. This is day 4. And my husband told me this morning that it's going to rain through the weekend. So instead of my ducks walking on a sandbar, they're now like in my backyard. They're on my porch. They're like, hello, tell it to stop. I mean, the water is like, we have a little bank that comes up from the lake, and it's not real steep, but it's steep enough, and it's like the marsh grows in there, real pretty flowers, and the butterflies all flutter around it, and it's full, like it's coming right up to the top of the bank. So I forget how many inches of rain my husband said that, they measured at the airport, but the airport's like 8 miles. I'm sorry, it's like 7 minutes from here. You can walk to it, and I forget how many inches of rain he said we had, but it's like the equivalent of like 40 inches of snow. So I'm glad I live in Florida. Anyway, the weather is weird all over the country. I was watching somebody yesterday, and I can't remember who it was, but they said that it was June, and they were freezing to death. They had the heat on, and they're from here, the U.S., so I don't know. Anyway, before I get started on today's tag, because I still can't get to my mini journal yet, I'm too tired. I can do my tag, but that's probably about it. I'll probably take a nap after this. But anyway, I found a new YouTube channel. They're trying to reach 1,000 subscribers. So I wanted to mention them in my YouTube videos because, well, I like to mention my YouTubers that, I meet or that I know that have just started out YouTubing. I mean, I'm not a very big channel, so I don't know how far this is going to go. But anyway, this is a free kit, and it is by a new YouTuber that I just met. I think they've been on YouTube for about 6 months, and they are such a great team. I can't remember if I'm pretty sure they're sisters. Anyway, it's Patti and Debbie, and they are great. They're great together, and I love listening to them, and they really are great creators. They have a Ko-fi site, and they also have an Etsy, which I will list all that information below. And yesterday they gave this freebie, which is a 3-page kit, and I can't wait to make it because it's darling. I love the patterns, but this is the first page, and then this is another page. My printer is just starting to run out of ink, and I haven't printed anything at all in like a month because I've been using all my scraps. But anyway, they might not have come out as vibrant as they really are. But anyway, though, that's the little freebie that they're giving away to their subscribers. And the name of their YouTube channel is Print Pixel Studios, and I'll leave that link below. The other channel I'd like to mention is my friend Jackie Black. She is Sugar's Crafty Closet, and I'm pretty sure for every, I don't know how many subscribers, because she's trying to get to 1,000 as well, she does a giveaway. And she's really, really fun. She's mixed media, and if you want to know, or learn mixed media, she is the perfect gal to go to, because she's just learning herself. Well, she's been doing it for a while, but she does things that she's not afraid to try, and she does it on video, which I really appreciate, because I do a lot of things on video. Doing tutorials is not easy. It's just not easy. And but that's what I enjoy, so that's what I do. I don't enjoy walkthroughs, as you all know. I get very nervous. I feel like I'm going to forget something, or mention somebody's you know, digital or what have you. So walkthroughs aren't my thing. This is. Well, not this. I don't do digitals. They do. Oh, they also have a beautiful wallpaper kit that goes with this. That is in their Etsy shop, and their Etsy shop is really darling. They've done a very good job, and they also have, like I said, a Ko-fi site. So I recommend the Ko-fi site always to people because although I'll link the Etsy shop because you can find the Ko-fi in their YouTube channel. But I always mention people's Ko-fi because the Ko-fi is much less expensive for them and typically less expensive for us. So this is Print Pixel Studio, and then Jackie Black is Sugar's Crafty Closet, and then one more person, my friend, my sweet friend Peggy. She is from Stories. Oh my gosh, you will love her channel. She is from Craft Room Stories. And with every video, she has a story. And they're all fabulous. They'll either have you laughing, like rolling on the floor laughing type thing, or crying because they're just funny, or they're just so sweet. So anyway, most of them are really funny, and she does a great job crafting. She does do tutorials. She's not afraid of doing that, which is really nice. She goes slow. She's just great. The other thing I like about Jackie is she's a lot like me. She's squirrels, like Corey Dahman. You know, Corey Dahman has her own squirrel. I want one. So, yeah, if I visited Corey Dahman, the one thing I'd probably take from her craft room is a squirrel. And then her enamels. Somehow I'd figure out a way to steal those too. So today we're going to do yesterday's tag. I don't know what today's tag is yet. I haven't looked. But yesterday's tag was embossed paper bag tag, which I thought was genius. And the one thing I'm really enjoying about these, this tag challenge that I'm doing over at For Love of Paper, that's Karen Gibson's group, is that it has really taken me out of my comfort zone. I was not a tag person at all. I would take tags from whatever kit. Sometimes I would make my own tags, but it wasn't something I really enjoyed. And now I love it. Like, it's almost become an addiction. It's like, what can I make next? I can't wait for the next, prompt. Because they give you a prompt. For example, let me just grab one. Okay, so the prompt for this one, if you haven't watched my video, was corrugated cardboard, lace, and patterned paper. So basically, you have to come up with something to go with it. You can't just put a piece of cardboard. Well, I mean, you could, corrugated cardboard and, pattern paper and lace, and you could do that, but it would kind of look silly with nothing on it. This is actually my mom, and I scanned it and shrunk it down, and then I put this on the back, and these were actually leftovers. And then there's a little piece of velvet here, some lace, and then I put a frame here, and then just the bow with some pattern paper there and some pattern paper there. So I followed, I got all the, the items in, but it's really, really taken me right out of my comfort zone. So today is a paper bag tag, embossed. Or no, yesterday's prompt was an embossed paper bag tag. So I've done a couple, and I thought, well, I'll bring them along. So if you don't have a paper bag, what I use is this, and it's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. And all I do is you just fold it like this. So we'll make it about this wide. You can just eyeball it, okay? So, well, let's put the seam in the back, like the real paper bag. So we'll go about here. I'm just eyeballing it. I mean, you could take a paper bag if you have one. And then that's going to be the middle, right? So I want to go, well, I'll go here and tear it if I have to. So that's just going to be, it's going to be wider than that, but let me just, and don't worry about those like folds. So I hope you're all having a good day. Mine's pretty good. Like I said, my allergies are very, very bad. I just have not been feeling well at all. I'm trying the best I can, but I still have to cut out. I do have it printed, but I have to cut it all out to do my, and, you know, get it all together and put all my bits and pieces together before I do my mini journal. So I'm putting that on hold just for now. Hopefully I'll feel better tomorrow. Okay, so then you have, you know, this, and you could go either way. You could go this way, you know, which, will that be wider? Yeah, I think that would be a good size. Or let me just see something here. This would be taller. So maybe I'll just go this way and have this be about here. I mean, this is kind of a skinny bag, but it's not. Let me just see something. Get one of my little ones. Well, let's see what this looks like. Okay, so it's a smaller one, but that's okay. That's fine. Just want to make sure that I'm just giving you an idea of how to make your own paper bag if you don't have one. So just take your masking paper from your, you know, from like painter's paper. And you don't have to worry if that seam's not in the middle. I mean, I could have measured it out better, but I didn't. So this masking paper is perfect for just about anything you're going to make. So now I'm just going to run a little bit of glue down that seam over here on this one, and then fold it over. Hold on one second, please. I always forget to take this out when I'm working on my desk. So I'm going to put it on this seam, and I don't want to get any on my desk. So I'm just going to go down here. Like this. And these are so simple. And if you don't have an embossing machine, you can use a rolling pin on an embossing folder, and it does the same thing. You just have to go over it a couple of times. And I would show you, except I don't have my rolling pin. Somebody stole it. I have a feeling it was my husband, because he cleaned out all of my bottom cabinets. We had a new countertop put in and sink and dishwasher. Unfortunately, we weren't planning on that. And he cleaned out all my bottom cabinets, and I have a feeling he thought, she's never going to use this. She buys, you know, like store-bought pies. And I think it might have gone to Goodwill or wherever. St. Vincent de Paul is usually where we bring things. So I'll have to ask him, because I went to look for it this morning and it wasn't there. I don't know. I don't know what happened. So I'm just going to take one of these paper bags and see how tall and wide it is. I'm not too far off as far as the width, and you could always take a bag. Well, you wouldn't take a bag to measure it, because this is the whole purpose. You don't have one. So I'm just going to take my scissors. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. Wrong scissors. And I am going to cut it across here. And you can tear it, but I'm just cutting it. And then I'm just going to take this back and fold it up like so. And then I'm just going to take this little, not that you have to take the bulk out of this because it's not super, super, super thick, but we will anyway. You can put this through your printer. It's beautiful. Like, this makes really pretty paper bags if you put it through your printer. And it goes through your printer with no problem. Just make sure it's nice and flat, and all I do is iron it. And it goes through your printer no problem. So I'm just going to take this and this, and then I'm going to glue here along this edge, and we have ourselves a paper bag. If you want, you can make it the way the other paper bag is, with the back higher than the front, which I would have done prior to putting it together. But let me see if I can do this. So what I would do is probably fold this down a little bit so I have a little bit of an idea where to cut the front. I'm going to pinch this here, just like that. I'm not going to go all the way across. I just want to know where I'm going to cut this off, the front. And then I'm just going to go like this, so that you have the back of the paper bag like they are in the stores or wherever you buy them. This would have been better if I did it prior to, but I didn't, so that's all right. I made some of these at Christmas time, but I printed on them. You know, I printed images on them, which is fun. So now you've got the back of your paper bag, and then you can just take a pair of pinking shears, or like, where are my scissors that I use? I have one pair that I keep out. I'll just use my pinking shears. There's also the scissors that, you know, you can get like in the children's department that you can use. But then I just kind of follow this around like this. Oops. Get in there. Just around the top. Ah. And then bring this down this way. And you've got the top of your bag. And then it's the same as, you know, regular. Well, this one's shorter, this piece here. But that's all right. Let me just go around it a little bit more because it does look a little bit long. There, that's much better. That was a little bit tall. There, much better. Because that's about the top, the height that it is. And that's how you make your own paper bag, in case you don't have one. And I would prefer to make them than buy them, because you'll never run out of this. Like, never. So let me just put these scraps in the trash and we'll decorate it. I'm not going to run this one through the embosser because I want to show you that it really doesn't matter. You can make this without it being embossed. So here's the embossed one, which looks really pretty. You know, it does, definitely. I mean, I made several, so I really love this idea. So what we'll do is just take an image, which I love this one. Isn't she pretty? So, but I was going to put her on this one, but she's kind of narrow for this. Well, not really. Maybe what I'll do is grab a different image. Like I have a whole bunch of different scraps and, oh, wait a minute, this one might work. That would look really nice. I'm going to use that one, I think. I'm not going to take a long time deciding. This would look really pretty with something on it. You know, it would give you some more texture if I cut that down a little bit and cut this down, maybe. I just have a bunch of scraps over here. I don't want to cut up the new piece I just got. Excuse me. Let me see what else I have for images over here. Oh, here's something. I've got something. Oh, that might be too big too. Definitely for that bag. Unless, no, I won't do that. Hold on 1 minute. Oh, here. That's a little bit wide. Ah, dang. This, I could do something like that. I like that. Let me just tear a little piece of this off. I just wanted to do something different than the image because I've done a couple with images. So there's a stripe there. I think I'm going to go to here. Oh, I also want to show you something else. It's really cool. I like that. Okay, so, all right, just let me finish this and I'll show you something that's really, 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 like I played with it yesterday and I thought, oh, this is genius. And I might, because I might, let me see something here. I need something behind here, like this. Yeah. So since I'm not, you know, embossing this bag, I want to have enough, not to cover the bag completely, but enough. So I'm just going to put this behind it, like so. And then I'll put this here. And it just gives it a little bit more dimension, if you will. Let me just trim this up a little bit because I tore it wrong. And you could always ink this too, which would be nice. Okay, so I'm gonna go, I think like this, and maybe cut a little bit from the top, from the bottom. Do I want to cut any? Probably not. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do here. So I'm going to glue this down, then I'm going to show you something. It's so cool. So stay with me for a minute. What time is it? 24? Okay. So this one's not embossed, and then I'll show you the ones that I did emboss, just in case you don't have something you can emboss with. But, so I bought this paper from Tuesday morning, so you know how old it is, because Tuesday morning's been closed forever, and I don't have a Tuesday mornings in my village, so it was definitely when we were living in Orlando area. So I'm just going to take this scrap and place it here. And then, before I put this down, right? Before I put this down, I'm going to show you something. I bought, where is it? Where'd it go? It's silver and it's right in front of me. I know it is. What happened to it? Where is it? It's on a roll. It's right here. I know it is. It's like, seriously? I'll be so mad. Like, that's the feature. Oh, see? I told you. It's right in front of me. It's this. Now, this is for, it's Heidi Swap. And it's like, you need a certain tool to go with it. But it was 50 cents or $1. I don't remember. And it's very, very thin. But I didn't even realize how thin it was when I bought it. But I didn't care because I thought, it's paper. I can do something with it. And you know how much I love all different textures. And then this you get at the Dollar Tree. And it's vinyl for the Cricut. Cricut. But I don't have a Cricut. But I wanted to play with it because, you know, it's paper. It's a different texture and what have you. So what I did was I tried to make some frames with this. Okay, let me put it down that way. I tried first to make some frames with it. I mean, I've used it for something else, and I'll show you what I used it for. But I tried to make some frames with it, and I used my Sizzix, and let's see. I used my Sizzix, and I put this first on an index card. It didn't, the middle didn't come through, but I still like it. I mean, I'll keep it and put something on it. I did get a little fold on it when I glued this on. It's very, very thin, so it's not easy to glue to something else, but whatever. So on the file folder, not file folder, but the index card, obviously it was too heavy. It didn't, you know, punch through both this paper, which is so thin. I don't understand why. So I glued it onto paper, and I did wait for it to dry. So I don't know what the issue is, but so this one I put on very, very thin copy paper. Still, it didn't pop through, but I'm not going to throw them away. I think if I shim it, it might pop the middle through, because this is what it's supposed to look like. And the reason why that is stuck there is so that I can get it off when I want to use it. And I'll show you what happens when, so this is just this. So what I did was I took this piece here, and then I took the backing off of this because it's sticky, and I stuck it onto this, and then I put it in here. It popped it right through. No problem. This one is on the index card. It didn't pop it through, but of course I'll still keep it because there's things I can use it for. Now the reason why this is stuck here is because I put it through with just one piece of that, which is typically what I do anytime I do die cuts with that. This comes in 1,000 different colors at Dollar Tree. Very, very, you know, very inexpensive, and it does make some great items. So this part, when you do it just with that, you get two pieces. You get this piece, right? Because what happens is this is the vinyl and it sticks, okay? And I always keep my sticky pieces on my bag. Like I have flowers and I have other things that I've used to die cut. And so these are so fun to play with. So what happens is this, right? You take this piece, you put it in, and then when you peel it apart, or you can leave this on, doesn't matter. When you peel it apart, you have two pieces. You've got a white piece that's paper, and you've got this piece that's sticky. So all I do is I take it and put it on a bag like this, and then I put whatever pieces I don't use, the white pieces of like flowers or what have you, I just put them in the bag like this. And then when I want to use this frame, I have it, and if I want to use the other frames, then I have them. The white parts, if that makes sense. So this is the one I made for the tag. This is just like this. This here, because that's what I typically will use it for, because I don't have one of those tools to write on this. I think it's like a heat tool. So all I do, and I'm going to do it to this one, isn't that pretty? This. And all it is it's like the gold foil. It's, what's it called? I guess it's called embossing foil or something. I don't remember. But I'll show you how to do that. It's so simple. All you do is take a glue stick. So if you find any of this, which I'm sure you will somewhere, very inexpensive, and you don't have one of those tools, it's really fun to use. I have it in the gold and I have it in the silver. Where am I? Oh. So I just take a piece of it. You don't need that much. You only need a little piece. I didn't really cut that straight, but that's all right. You don't need to cut it straight. You just need to cut it off. What is going on with my scissors? What? There we go. So there's a shiny side and there's not a shiny side. Come on, why is this cutting? Oh, okay. So there's a shiny side and then there's a dull side. And then what I do is I take my glue stick and it just gives it a little bit of added something, you know. So I'm going to take it and I'm going to put some here, maybe a little bit over here. So I'm gluing a lot more on my paper on this than I am on the paper. Then I'm going to move it away from that glue, and I'm just going to put this down here wherever I put the glue, and I'm just going to press this down with my finger and press it good. Right? And it just gives it just a little bit of added something. You don't have to do the whole thing. I think just a little bit, you know, here and there gives it a great look, and that's it. So what you're doing is you're peeling that silver off, which is what I think that little heat pen does. I'm not sure. But anytime I find something, so I'm going to put a little bit here. Anytime I find something that's not expensive and it's paper, I don't care what it is, I buy it, because you can always think of something to use it for, even if you don't have the proper tools. And then if you really like it, maybe you'd buy the proper tool, you know. So I'm just kind of going over this with my, you can, you know, scrape it with your fingernail or whatever, but just make sure it's down there. Use a bone folder or whatever, and then just peel it off. And you've got just a little bit. See? It's just enough. And then, I don't know, maybe I'll do a little bit on this side, and that will be all. I don't know if this piece is big enough, but I'll do here first. I hope you can see this in the camera, what I'm doing. Should probably use a bone folder. But you can use your fingernail or your thumb. It's basically the same thing. I'm just getting this part, which is, you know, somehow, and then just take it off. I got more on the glue than I did there. And then I have a little more glue here, so I might as well use this up. And it just gives it, I don't know, gives it just a little something. I'm gonna go, I think I'll go this way. There. I don't think it really matters what way you go. Just make sure you use parchment paper because you do glue your edges. But doesn't that look nice? And it's just enough, you know, just a little bit. So let me move this out of the way. Throw this piece away. I don't need it. God knows I don't need it. I have a ton. It's gonna tear. I'm just gonna fold this over so I don't get any glue stick on the rest of my project. So then what you want to do is take your image and decide, do I want it to be like a 3-dimensional on here? You know, do I want to lift this up a little bit so it doesn't look all so flat? You know? I think I will. So I'll put a few glue dots under that if I have. Yep. So I'm going to do that. Just kind of use your imagination and use your scraps when you make your tags. That's, I mean, that is so key. For me, it's key. Just take out some scraps that you have. I mean, I've been going, as you all know, if you follow me, I've been going through all of my ephemera and putting it all in my ephemera books because I've had it in little boxes as I've been using it all spring on different projects, and you know, pulling it out of my books. And I had a complete fall ephemera book, so I moved all of those into little snap bags that I have, and put all my spring and summer in my, oh, it just looks so nice. I'm just so happy with it. Let me just put this on so it doesn't dry out. I always put a little bit of glue on this. I don't know why. They're pretty old. They don't stick real well. Not that I think that's might fall off, but I always do it. I mean, a little bit is worth it. I suppose you could use glue stick too, but this is what I do. So I'm gonna lift this up a little bit just because there is this sort of the same pattern underneath that I used. So just gonna do this. It needs something else, but I have something in mind, so it won't take long. So there's that. And then that's kind of too close as far as color. Let me use maybe a black one if I have a black one. Do I have a black one already cut out? I don't know, I'm just thinking. This I took out of my printer and touched it too quick. Make sure your vellum dries. And it's this side, and I think I'll use that one because it's, the brown is too close to everything that's on there. These are called French script labels by Lydia at Raindrop Lila. I think this is one of hers as well, but I'm not sure which one because, like I said, it was in my scraps. So, and I am trying to use them for all different things, but I'm keeping them out mainly for my tags. And I'll just kind of snip these corners because I'm not going to round them. I'll just snip them. So anytime you print on vellum, be careful when you take it out of your printer because you'll smudge it. It only takes a second. Leave it on your tray for a second, you know, where it comes out. I was impatient. Typical. So that would look good there, I think. Methinks. And that's all I'll do. And that will be my tag, I think. I think that's good. And these are like stickers if you print them on vellum or if you wax them, which I have a video on waxing somewhere in my videos. But it turns, waxing turns anything into vellum, as you all know. So I am going to kind of slide this up underneath here to make that pronounced, you know, more like, you know that it's, I'm going to move that down just to here if I can. It's moving. There. Perfect. So there is my tag. Now what I'll do is I'll take this and I will make a tag out of it. So I'm going to go up this way, turn it over like this so I can cut it the same way. There. Now you can leave this or not. You can tuck this underneath. And then that would be your bag, you know, that would be your tag. But I'm actually going to leave it up like this, only because I want it to look like the paper bag, if that makes sense. And I'm going to take a scrap of something just to give it more where I put my grommet. So I think I'll tuck this under here to here to make it look like there's something in the bag, if that makes sense. That's better because then I can go over it with my scissors. So, oh, I love that number. Well, either way, I'll probably end up having to cut it off. Dang, you know how much I love numbers, guys. Especially 19. Nope, it's still gonna get cut off. I'm gonna lift this up a little bit so that I don't get it cut off. It's still going to get cut off. But it won't if I go this way, right? You're probably so sick of me and my numbers. I'm not using it. I'll use something else. Maybe I'll use this. That's pretty. Is it too much with, I think it needs script, sorry. How about something like that? And that's not really wide enough. That's good enough. Maybe I'll just kind of glue it there. Oh my goodness, I am so sorry. I get to this point and it's like, what's wrong? Need script. I don't really care that that's a postcard. I'll cut it down. So silly. There. Okay. I knew it. It's just one of those try again. Okay, so sorry. This is what makes my videos so long. It's crazy, right? So I'm going to take this piece off so I can fit it. Save that. You never know. Push this down in here. Perfect. No, this way. Sorry. There. There we go. That's it. And that gives it just enough to, I don't know what it does, but for me it works. Just a little bit down further so I can see that top of the bag. And just glue it. And then I'll show you the ones I've made. So I'm going to glue this closed because it's tag. So I'm going to glue this side. Isn't this genius? Karen comes up with the best things. She really does. And I have gotten so much inspiration from everybody in the group who are, you know, joining in and doing the tag challenge. It's really been fun. So then I'm just going to take this and turn it over and do this. And this. And there you go. You've got a really pretty tag for your journal or whatever. It's all closed up. And let me get my crocodile. And I'm going to go down a little bit deeper because I want to get it to about here. I better go. Yeah, that's fine. Yep. Okay. So now I just need a grommet and we'll be all set. I mean, you could put some lace on it. You could do so many different things with it. But for now, I will just keep it the way it is because I like it. It's just, to me, it's perfect. I might add a butterfly. I don't know. I might just keep it the way it is because I like it. And I think I'll use, I don't know if I'll use the gunmetal. I like that better. Come on. What the heck? It's not going through. Yes, it is. See, isn't that sweet? What a great tag. It's brilliant. She is, I can't wait to see what today's tag is. I'm not going to be able to do it today, but I'll do it. I mean, even if I didn't do it on video, I don't think I'd feel well enough to do it today. This. I'll put everybody's information that I mentioned. Now this one, is this. One of the things she mentioned, fabulous idea. Put your card, especially if you're doing it on a glassine bag, put your paper in first, and then your glassine won't crack. Brilliant idea. Now this one is a tag, but I put a journaling card in it. And I haven't finished decorating the outside. I can't remember what it was. Oh yes, I do. I remember. Oh no, that's on this one. This is this one, which is finished. And then for this one, I don't remember what I was going to put on the front of that one, to be honest. Oh, I know what I was going to do. It's right here. Let me do that real quick to give you an example. This is just a tea-dyed. I tea-dye these on my table. I take my parchment paper, I spread it out, and I tape it down with some tape, washi tape. And then I just take my piece of paper and I put my doilies on them because they're so fragile. And I take my tea and I just do it, right? And I'll do the next one and the next one and the next one and the next one, and I'll let it dry, which dries very fast. Well, I'm in Florida, but still, it still dries very fast. And when you lift these up, underneath, you have the pattern of this. And this is fine because they're so fragile. I don't like to do them like in my tea bath or, you know, if you do coffee. So that's how I do my doilies, my paper doilies, because like I said, they're very fragile. And yeah. So what I thought I would do is I would wrap this around here. And then I think I had something that I was going to add to the front besides this. But I know that I do want to do that piece here. So I'm just going to put this down like so. And bring this down a little bit more. Oh, it's getting stuck on the lace. So because it's a tag, I want to cover the front, but I didn't want to close this up because I wanted to put a journaling card inside the tag, which I thought was kind of a fun idea. That wasn't something that was necessary. It wasn't on the list of things to do. But I like to use this on glassine for some reason. It dries clear and I just like doing it on this. So I'm just going to lift this back. Am I in frame? Am I camera? Yeah, it is rolling. I'm like, did I turn it on? It goes to show you how well I'm feeling. So I'm just kind of going around the parts that are kind of closed. And you could use, white ones, pink ones. You don't have to have coffee stained ones or tea stained, but I love them tea stained. I don't typically use a lot of coffee. Sometimes I'll add a little coffee to my tea just to make it darker, depending on what I'm doing. So that's gonna go right like this. And then I'm going to tear off the excess. Now that it's down, I can just tear that off. But I won't throw it away because those are great pieces to use, or a great whole piece to use, So I'm just going to go down here and kind of tear it off. And I'm holding it up against the bag. And there's that. And now you just turn it over, oops, and glue this side. And that way you're not getting a whole bunch of glue all over everything. And I will probably add to this little piece. I'm just not sure what yet. But that's a start. So that's the start of my tag. But this tag, this is the back that I put on it. Can't come out because I glued this part and I put that grommet in. But that's the tag. And this is, this is the tag. You know, I'd close it up and put something on it, but she's too big and takes away from all the embossing, although it is very pretty. But it takes, and besides, I had already made a drawing card out of her. So she's gonna go in there, and I wanna see her through there, and I wanna see the embossing, so I'm not going to do too much more decorating to the bag tag. Let's move this kind of over here. There we go. Okay, so there's one, there's another one. These are embossed, and this isn't embossed. So if you don't have an embossing machine, you can still make one. It still looks awesome. Let me find something to put through that to make it look pretty. These are all my hand-dyed, not all of them. These are just pieces I've taken out for other projects. What color do I want? Let's see. That green is pretty. This brown might be too much brown. Let's see. That blue is too blue. And I've used this in so much, I don't want to use it again. So I'm gonna go with the green. Yeah, I'll go with the green. I think it brings out the green and doesn't take away from that green. So I will just, how will I do this? Let me cut it and see how I want to do this. But I want, you know, it's kind of organic, so I didn't really want a ribbon. This has lace. This, I have a particular ribbon I'm going to put in this one. So this one I'll keep kind of organic, and all I do is kind of make a point like this and go through like here. Bring it around and tie it, and then you have this little knot up there, and that's in case you don't have a bag or an embossing folder. So I don't want a bow on that because, yeah, I want to keep like that organic look. If the organic is even the word I'm trying to find. I'm just going to cut it here. And then I'll pick it apart and fray it. This part, because sari frays really easy and pretty. And I just buy the white and dye it myself. And I've been buying the same sari from the same person, the same white sari from the same person forever. She's on Etsy, and if you would like, I could link her below as well, if you're interested. I don't know. I mean, she doesn't always have the white in. It's not white, it's kind of an off-white. Not even an off-white. It's more white than off-white. So I'll just keep playing with that until I like, you know, how much fringe is there. And like I said, I might add like a butterfly or a tiny flower or something to that, but they're all different. One is with glassine. This is a regular paper bag. Yes, this is a regular paper bag. You can tell the difference. It's a little bit lighter. This is embossed. This is not embossed. Yeah, so that's it for today. It's my video, and I hope that you enjoyed that. I did put these on those, you know, glue dots as well to give it a 3-dimension look. But those are them for now. I might put something else on this, I'm not sure. But I love them. And now I have 3. Can't wait to put them in journals. And then make great happy mails as well, you know. And you could even, you can write on the back of this, no problem. You know, with a black Sharpie. But that's it for today. What did I put on the back of this? Nothing. I would put maybe a piece of, you know, paper or something here so somebody could write on it if they wanted to. And this is a much bigger one than these. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. I did make a smaller one. Hold on. I did start a smaller one. So this is embossed already. And this is the embossed side, and this is the debossed side, which was an accident, but that's okay. You know, it's still fine. I like it because you can see most of this through that. So I did start that one already. Look, I have 4. I might even have another, I don't remember. I do, oh my gosh. I do. I embossed it on the wrong side, but I'm still going to use it. And I'm just going to cut this down. You know. So, that's it for today. Oh dear. I have another one. Anyway, it was all my practicing. All my practicing. Alright, so that's it for today's video. I hope that you have a great day. And I will see you in the next video, which I'm not sure when it will be. I really need to start feeling better. And already I'm tired. And I've only been up again for... I tried to video before and it was just awful. So I decided to do it over. You could tell I was like half asleep. So that's it for today. I could come up with a dozen other things, but I'm not going to keep you any longer. Have a good one, everybody. And remember, those free digitals are available. So pretty. So pretty. Patti and Debbie, you've done a wonderful job. And Debbie, you're doing a great job on your, like the Ko-fi site and stuff. Maybe I need to borrow you. And they live in Florida. Did I say that? They live in Florida. I have not met a YouTuber in Florida yet. So I'm excited. So that comes from Print Pixel Studios. And then I'll also put a link to Jackie Black's, which is Sugar's Crafty Closet. And I'll put a link to the Craft Room Stories, and that is Peg. I always say her name wrong. I think it's Sowersby or Sowersby. I'm not sure. Doesn't matter. She's a great person. So leave those links below. Do visit their channels. Let's help them get to 1,000 subscribers so that they can do what they really love doing. I know with Patti and Debbie, they had mentioned doing lives, which I've not done a live yet, and I guess I'll try it one day. I'm so technically challenged that, technologically challenged that I really don't. Until the next video, everybody, be kind, be well, be safe, and God bless. Love y'all. Bye.